The stars dimmed one by one, like dying candles in a cosmic cathedral. In the cold silence of deep space, something ancient stirred, a ripple in the quantum fabric of reality. The anomaly was discovered by accident during a routine deep sky scan from the Lagrange 5 observatory. They called it Chrono Rift Alpha, but it wasn't a rift in space, it was a rupture in time, and it was expanding. On Earth, tensions were already high. A decade of climate disasters, food wars, and collapsing governments had left humanity frayed at the seams. But when the United Earth Coalition announced that the anomaly would pass directly through the solar system, everything changed. The rift was not just tearing space, it was dragging time itself backward. As it approached, satellites failed, power grids flickered, cities found themselves covered in jungles that hadn't existed for 65 million years. And then came the creatures, reptilian titans and winged predators born from prehistory, materializing where skyscrapers once stood. The Earth was becoming the past. Literally. Commander Jace Ryland was pulled out of cryosleep 2 years early to lead Project Genesis, a last-resort mission based on an insane theory by Dr. Alara Voss, a temporal physicist who once won a Nobel Prize and then vanished from the public eye. She claimed they could outrun time, not in space, but within Earth's own temporal boundary. The plan: build a vessel capable of anchoring itself outside the time flow, ride the edge of the rift, and then vault forward into stable time. If it worked, the survivors could restart civilization. If not, they would be consumed by the rift and flung back into Earth's most violent eras. The vessel was codenamed the Aegis. Powered by exotic matter harvested from black hole remnants and lined with quantum stabilizers, it was humanity's last miracle. Only 121 passengers could be taken. The world held a lottery. Some called it salvation, others damnation. Jace didn't care. He had lost his family in the Sydney sinkhole event, when an entire city had collapsed into a subterranean void overrun by prehistoric flora. He had nothing left except his duty. He hadn't seen Alara in years. Their relationship had ended not in anger but in sacrifice. She had chosen the mission. He had chosen the battlefield. Now fate threw them together again. She greeted him on the launch deck of the Aegis with the same fierce gaze, a little more hollow now, but still brilliant. "I didn't expect you to say yes," she said. "I didn't expect to still be breathing," he replied. Launch day came fast. The rift's edge was now visible in the sky, a swirling hurricane of time unweaving itself, flinging pterosaurs through storm clouds and reviving forests lost for millennia. The countdown began. Civilians wept. Some worshipped, others rioted. The Aegis launched from a platform atop the Andes, escaping the chaos of sea-level floods. It pierced the cloud barrier, engines whining with raw force as time fractured around it. For a brief moment, Earth looked peaceful before the ship's sensors screamed. They were no longer above Earth, they were inside the rift. The stars were gone, replaced by a twisting tunnel of ages: Cretaceous, Jurassic, Paleogene. Dinosaurs roared through flashes in time like ghosts. Time loops surged against the hull. Crew members saw versions of themselves outside the ship, some older, some dead. One officer suffered a complete breakdown and tried to open the airlock, whispering that he had seen his unborn daughter calling to him from a cave of fire. To stabilize, Alara needed to anchor the ship with a beacon, a fixed point in time that could act as a compass. She had brought one, an artifact from the deep past, a quantum fossil taken from the Mariana Trench. It had never decayed, never aged, a piece of untouched time. But using it meant physically entering the core of the anomaly, what she called the temporal eye. Jace insisted on going with her. He wouldn't lose her again. Inside the temporal eye, reality bent like molten glass. Their bodies trembled, memories bleeding into the air around them. Alara collapsed, screaming as visions of all possible futures overloaded her senses. Jace held her, grounding her, whispering her name again and again until her eyes found his. "I remember us," she gasped. "Then hold on to it," he said. "It's all that's real." They planted the beacon in the heart of the eye. A pulse shot outward, the ship stabilized. The past screamed as it was pushed back. Dinosaurs faded, jungles withered, cities reformed from ruins, but something had followed them. From the storm emerged a beast unlike anything recorded in natural history. A titan of bone and starlight, a creature forged from the chaos of fractured time. It attacked the Aegis, forcing the ship into emergency defenses. Crew members fired particle beams and gravity bombs. Jace and Alara returned just in time to man the main cannon. "We can't kill it," Alara shouted. "It's a convergence of all living predators. It is the nightmare." "Then we give it what it wants," Jace said. "Time." They reversed the core's polarity, turning the beacon into a lure. The beast followed as they ejected the artifact into the rift. Time closed around it like a coffin. The storm shrieked, then stilled. Silence. The Aegis emerged above Earth, not as it was, but as it could be. Lush forests coexisted with technology. Wildlife shared space with clean cities powered by fusion. Humanity had survived by integrating with the planet, not dominating it. Drones zipped through the skies, and in the distance, a child laughed as a robotic dinosaur played fetch with a genetically resurrected dog. They had landed 600 years in the future. Alara stared at the horizon, tears in her eyes. "We made it, but this wasn't built by us." "No," Jace said. "It was built by those who believed we could come back." The descendants of Earth survivors had used fragments of lost knowledge, AI, and biology to reshape a society of balance. The Aegis crew were welcomed not as saviors, but as echoes, people from the age before the storm. Jace and Alara were offered anything: titles, power, immortality. They refused. They built a small observatory near the coast, where they studied the lingering effects of the rift, taught children about the old world, and sometimes just sat together in peace. One night, under a sky reborn with stars, Alara took Jace's hand. "We escaped a nightmare," she said, "but what if it comes again?" "Then we face it," Jace replied, "like we always have." Together, above them, the sky shimmered for a moment, just a flicker, not a warning, a reminder. Earth had faced the prehistoric nightmare and survived the cosmic tempest.